will get it done, too.
From PNC Park, Francisco Liriano takes the mound on Roberto Clemente Day throughout Major League Baseball as the Pittsburgh Pirates host the Boston Red Sox in Game 2 of their 3-game interleague series. The Pirates, with the win last night, 10 games over 500. They continue to keep the pressure on the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants in that wild card chase. Greg Brown along with Steve Blass, the Buccos, winning last night and trying to make it 2 in a row for the Boston Red Sox, and a guy that was a big part of it once again. He seems to be in the middle of it all the time. Russell Martin, who, Steve, I think is having his best year since his first full season in the big leagues back in 2007.
He has been absolutely terrific in every aspect of this game. Last night, hit a monster home run to right center field. That ball got out of here as quickly as any home run I've seen so far this year. He's been terrific with a bat. We're going to take a look at some of his numbers that he has compiled so far when he's had that bat in his hand. It's been terrific. But then you go to the other category, what he has meant to this Pittsburgh Pirate team when he's in back of home plate, to this pitching staff. Blocks pitches very, very well, calls great games. He's got to be in the conversation for the most valuable Pirate.
There is not a pitcher on the staff that won't mention Russell Martin for their success. And Francisco Liriano, talking about successful. ERA last 4 starts, 0.67.
Yeah, I mean, think of it. 4 starts, he's given up 2 runs. So you look at his rate, he's 5-10. There's never been a better 5-game winner in the history of Major League Baseball. This guy is on a roll, and what you do tonight, you just hand him the baseball and say, don't change a thing.
Francisco Liriano takes the mound against the Boston Red Sox. The Pirates looking for their 7th win in 9 tries at home against the junior circuit. Buccos and Sox are next.
One Root Sports is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. By Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank. Know where you stand with PNC Total Insight. Let's go Bucks!
The great one, Roberto Clemente. It is his day today throughout Major League Baseball, and no better place to celebrate it than, of course, in his town, Pittsburgh. Number 21, of course, adorns the right field wall, 21-foot high Roberto Clemente wall in right field, and the grounds crew has appropriately cut in that number 21 into the grass.
Gregory, just fortunate to have him for 20-some years in the city of Pittsburgh in a Pittsburgh Pirate uniform, and it was an absolute honor to play on the same field with him. He played the game with a physical grace. He did. I mean, the way he caught the ball, the basket catches, so many things he did. The World Series belonged to him, absolutely belonged to him. Everybody finally got a chance all around the baseball world, as they did in 1960, but it had been a while. But the 71 series was his showcase. It was absolutely a brilliant display of how the game of baseball should be played. Absolutely fabulous baseball player. Fabulous baseball player.
And today I think baseball celebrates his legacy not only on the field but obviously off the field, Steve. I mean, that's what these players receive awards based on humanitarian service.
Think about it. 40-some years ago, it's been since he died. Every year there's a documentary, there's a film, there's a book, there's a street, there's a playground, something named after Roberto Clemente. 40 years, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen unless you're really, really somebody special. And it just goes on and on every year. The legacy of Roberto Clemente never dies.
Pirates ready to take the field here at PNC Park for Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Red Sox. And the right fielder, Gregory Polanco, heads out toward that number 21. And Starling Marte back in the starting lineup out in left field. Root Sports Field Cam having a little fun there with Terry.
Yeah, the Pirates can have some fun right now. I mean, they're hitting on all cylinders, really, Greg. They're pitching well. They're getting timely hitting, good, solid defense, and so just don't change a thing. Just get out of their way.
Here's the Honda starting lineup for John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, and Yoenis Cespedes. Hits third. He's hitting .264 with 28 ribbies since joining the Red Sox. Mike Napoli, Alan Craig, and Will Middlebrooks. And then the debut of another Cuban defector, Rusney Castillo. Will be followed by Christian Vasquez and Clay Buchholz. It was a big night for the Boston Red Sox, and Liriano will try and spoil the debut of the new Boston Red Sox center fielder.
Yeah, it's hard to conceive that he is going to be trying very hard to pick up his 6th win of the season. He's been on a phenomenal roll. Last 4 starts, he's given up a total of 2 runs. So that's all you really need to know. He is in a special groove. Last time, brilliant out against the Philadelphia Phillies. 8 scoreless innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. So give the ball to Francisco Liriano right now.
Defensively, Andrew McCutchen in center field. His wingers, Starling Marte, Gregory Polanco, Ike Davis, and Josh Harrison on the infield corners. Neil Walker, Clint Marvis up the middle. Russell Martin behind the plate, brought to you by Volvo. Gregory Polanco getting the start again in right field tonight. Last night it was Travis Snyder, as Clint Hurdle continues to look for a spark out there. Mookie Betts takes strike 1. We've seen a lot of that from Liriano, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swings and misses. Mookie Betts was 0 for 3 last night, a 21-year-old rookie. Takes 1 ball and 1 strike.
Limited history for Liriano against the Red Sox. He's had 5 career starts. He's not fared well, 1-3.
Rusney Castillo, Cuban defector, signed a big contract a few weeks ago, and now here he is in the States and in the big leagues.
Well, we got a phenom too. He just didn't cost $72 million. He's out there standing on sacred ground beside that 21 they've got cut into the outfield grass. Mr. Polanco. we feel pretty good about our guy too.
3-1. Line down the line, foul.
Good fundamental baseball. Makes the play.
Yep.
Gives it to the kid. Right on target. Right on cue.
Great play.
Yep.
Three-two pitch to Betts. Line to left. And the Red Sox begin the ball game with a base hit to left.
And speaking of fundamental baseball, Greg, the Pirates infielders and pitchers out early this afternoon around 4 o'clock. PFP, pitchers fielding practice, working on bunt plays to the various bases as each pitcher would go out and they would roll a ball after he pretended to throw a pitch, making the plays either third, second, or first. A little fundamental work on the infield, on the bunt play.
Game number 151 and still out there early, working on the fundamentals. Charlie Morton got the W last night. Ball one on Xander Bogaerts' 9-game hitting streak for him. He had a couple of hits, including an infield single off Morton. Morton gave up 4 hits. Bogaerts then had a 2-out single against Tony Watson in the 8th inning. Ball and a strike. 1-1. Bogaerts, the 21-year-old rookie from Aruba.
You know, it's really a fine day as a starting pitcher when you come to the ballpark the day after you win a major league ball game, but especially when you haven't pitched in the big leagues for about a month. Charlie's got to be feeling pretty good about his work. Doesn't have to be squeaky clean after that much time away to come back, grind it out the way he did. He's got to feel pretty darn good.
1-2. Andy Fletcher behind the plate. Mike Muchlinski at first. Mark Wegner at second. The crew chief at third now is Mike Winters. He was behind the plate last night. And another swing and a miss and a strikeout, with a pitch in the dirt.
That's signature for Francisco Liriano. Get ahead in the count, chase something down and in, right-hand batter. That's an impossible pitch to hit right there. You can't hit that ball.
His last 9 starts, he has struck out 68 batters, Francisco Liriano. Pretty much comes down to health, if that's what you ask Clint Hurdle. Why is he pitching so well? He's healthy. The first half of the season, he just wasn't. And that was a spring training goal for Liriano. Stay healthy and try and win 20 games. Unfortunately, right out of the gate, he had that groin issue and then later landed on the DL with an oblique. Ray Searage loves what he has been seeing out of Liriano and really his pitching staff as a whole. Strike to Cespedes. Starts him off with a changeup. Moves right down to the corner at the knees.
It's one of those Tom Glavine specials. That's what Tommy Glavine did for about 20-some years. A little soft stuff with a little tail on it.
Ball and a strike. Betts holds his ground at first base. They don't steal much, but when they do, they've had a lot of success lately. Betts with 5 of 7 at the major league level this season. They have been successful in 18 of the last 20 stolen base attempts since the 3rd week of August.
There have been managers over the years that Greg, with a guy like Liriano or Glavine, will turn the ball over, run it away from those right-hand batters. They'll put lefties in against a lefty like that because the ball is coming into them. Right-handers don't handle it as well. We saw that a lot from Bobby Cox with Glavine. It kind of neutralizes that fadeaway changeup that really bedevils right-handers, but it's coming into the left-hand hitters. That's why you'll see funny kind of lineups every once in a while.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because if you look at Liriano's splits this season, righty's batting only .209 against him. Left-handed batters .268.
It neutralizes the change sometimes.
Another, and it's 1-2 on Cespedes.
Watch the little fade at the end. A little fade away. Always a personal favorite of Buddy Holly's too, not fade away. One of his songs.
Yeah. I figured that's where you were going. And the runner takes off. And it's fouled off.
All the youngsters listening, I'm sure they're familiar with the
Buddy Holly fade away.
Yep. Not fade away.
All you youngsters listening.
By the way, an inspiration to a lot of the current groups. Well, some of them are dead too. Happens. Nice to start out with a little musical note, huh?
Absolutely. Cespedes does not chase. 2-2. Last 4 starts, 2-0, 0.67 ERA. Just a couple of extra base hits off of him. His last 4 starts.
There are a lot of pitchers that spent their life in the fast lane too. So the fast lane, changeup.
Pretty well toward left center field, but Marte has it measured. 2 outs brings up Mike Napoli. Talking about Francisco Liriano and how well he has done over the last 4 starts. Lowe's never stopped improving stats since the All-Star break. See what he has done, and especially concentrate that right-hand column, his last 4 starts. Pretty impressive, huh?
2-0, 2 runs given up. He should be 4-0. You know, you pitch that well, it's incredible. Last 4 starts, 0.67, and you don't have 2 more wins. You file suit for non-support.
His last 4 starts have come against the Phillies, Cubs, Reds, and Cardinals. The ball gets away, so the runner will move up. Martin unwisely throws it. No chance to get Betts, and it costs him 90 feet. Error on the Pirates catcher.
Chapter 1, ball gets away. The backhand try. Chapter 2, the flyer to right center field.
Martin charged with his 5th error of the season. Napoli takes 2-0. He was 0 for 3 last night. We're hearing that David Ortiz, the DH, will start tomorrow night's game. 3-0. Big Papi put on a show during batting practice. Launched at least 1 ball completely out of PNC Park toward the river. He had been away with a family emergency. A death in the family. Should start tomorrow night. And nothing close. Nothing to do with Napoli, it appeared.
Yeah, well, with Alan Craig coming in with a 133 batting average, yeah, that's a consideration. What a story that is for Alan Craig, who had, what, 315, I think, for the Cardinals last year, close to 100 RBIs, and now you talk about fading away.
He's hitting 195 against the Pirates this season, the former Cardinal. Career 2 for 14 against Liriano with a home run. Ball 1 to Alan Craig at 237 this year with the Redbirds. 7 homers dealt before the deadline. John Lackey trade.
All of a sudden we're looking at a laboring Francisco Liriano here in the first inning. Well into the mid-20s pitch count. 22 currently.
Two and one after 4 straight out of the zone to Napoli and the first 2 to Craig. Not missing by a whole lot. And maybe gets a call.
Zone in. You know, that, if we're calling it correctly, that changeup, that's 86, 87 miles an hour. That's a lot faster than a changeup usually you see.
This fastball misses. 3-1.
93, so on the fastball.
Three-1 count on Alan Craig. Will Middlebrooks to follow if Craig reaches. Now they're loaded. Bases loaded situation for Will Middlebrooks. And an early visit to the mound from Ray Searage.
Yeah, and you don't want to let these guys up. They're really struggling, really struggling. Pedroia's out. Ortiz can't play against left-handers, apparently. And it's just been a very, very difficult year, so you don't want to let them get out of the gate. Not that they have yet. Nobody's scored. So you don't want to be chasing them. You don't want to be playing catch-up against the Red Sox right now. That's just the way it is. That's reality.
Clay Buchholz hoping for a run or two in support early. Facing Will Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks batting 186 with a couple of home runs in 58 games. But for his career, he's batting 464 with the bases loaded. 7 for 11 this season. He loves these situations. Ball 1.
And he's going to love him even more when he's ahead in the count, because that'll force Francisco to elevate a little bit, trying to keep the ball in the strike zone, maybe not trying to work the corners quite as dramatically.
Oh, the big block by Martin, and it's 2-0.
Not close. That ball bouncing in front of home plate. In front, not back, in front of home plate. I think Middlebrooks is looking for a fastball here. Might not get it, but he's looking for it.
Got it and missed, and now it is 3-0. On Middlebrooks.
And this, if you're a contending team, is the month of short leashes.
Ooh. Thank you very much.
Got a call there. That could be huge. That could be absolutely huge. That call.
Bouncing ball toward the left side. Barmes is there. Liriano escapes.
Huge call on that pitch.
Buckholes. Josh Harrison going to be starting things off. We check out the Toyota starting lineup for the 80 and 70 Pittsburgh Pirates. Harrison, Polanco, McCutchen 1-2-3. Neil Walker hits cleanup. Russell Martin hitting .319 since the All-Star break. Starling Marte will follow. Ike Davis, Clint Barmes, and at shortstop as Jordy Mercer's back still tight. Francisco Liriano on the mound.
And we talked a good bit about how hot Liriano has been. Well, Buckholes has won his last 3 starts against Kansas City, Toronto, and Tampa Bay. That Tampa Bay start was a 3-hit shutout 3 starts ago. He's never faced the Pirates. 30-year-old out of Nederland, Texas, 6'3", 190 pounds. Signed by the Red Sox back in 2005. It's his 7th Major League season. Real good season in 2010 when he went 17-7. Last year, injuries limited to a 12-1 record.
There is the new Red Sox player, Yusnei Castillo, out in center. Strike is called on Josh Harrison. Justin Morneau had himself a day at Coors Field in Denver. I mean, a day. Drove in 6 runs, 3 for 4. He's now batting .320. And Harrison, who was batting .317 before this pop-up, will be retired by Betts, the second baseman.
Oh, Josh got to get hot again. Returning to talk about Buckholes, you don't know which Clay Buckholes you're going to get. He has been brilliant. He's had a couple shutouts this year. Been very, very good, but then he had a string of games where he gave up 7 runs in consecutive starts. Piggybacked onto a couple of 4-run outings that weren't very good because they were short outings. So he can be very, very good. He can be very, very bad, but he's always very, very skinny.
And as you said, he's pitched very well recently. 3 straight W's for Buckholes. Polanco, .241 batting average.
He gets away with a high curveball there. It's in the zone, but it's a hittable breaking ball.
Buckholes had a terrible April and May. Spent a little bit of time on the DL with a hyperextended knee.
And he's been better on the road than at home. Decent at home, .396, decent.
At home, yeah, 678 at home, 396 on the road. See what he's done the last 3 starts against the Royals, Jays, and Rays.
Tighter curveball. Point Park University strike zone a little tighter. You don't have that big over roll. It's upstairs, and you're not getting the sharp break. That one a little better.
Full count on Polanco with 1 away. Started in right field on Sunday against the Cubs. Was 2 for 3. That's driven deep. Clear the deck. My goodness. A missile from El Cafe on Roberto Clemente Day to give the Pirates the lead. His 7th big league home run.
It was like the 2 home runs last night. That was a vapor trail, as Jim Tracy used to say. Yeah, I kind of like our guy.
Clay Buchholz had not given up a home run since August the 15th. 36 consecutive innings for El Cafe.
Yep,
sent that one sailing.
That did not take long. How symbolic. Over the 21, over the Clemente wall, over the head of the new rich kid.
By the right fielder, Polanco.
Yeah, it all fits. I'm sorry.
There's the home run. Of course, Buchholz knew it right away.
Castillo in center. Sorry about that.
That was a line drive. And again, the first allowed Buchholz. Oh, and over a month.
How'd that sound? I guess I wanted it to be over Castillo's head. He's in center. You can do that next time.
Look at this swing on the Supermo, the Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
Pure.
That looked and sounded good. Now a 4-pitch walk to McCutchen. McCutchen came in 4th in the league in hitting at .307 and draws the free pass from Buchholz.
I wonder how often that happens. You give up a very impressive home run and the next guy gets a free pass. Probably more than we think.
Got the Polanco homer. Couldn't have caught that on the fly, right?
I don't think so. That would hurt. Probably would have turned his hat around.
Robbie Grossman was the last person to homer off Buchholz. Former Pirate minor leaguer, now with the Astros, back on the 15th. Be careful, Buchholz has a great pickoff move.
The 2 home runs last night and the one tonight, extremely impressive.
The overshift on against Neil Walker. Three infielders on the right side. Walker with 20 homers, 69 runs batted in. McCutchen has 17 steals, caught twice on the year. Polanco back in the dugout. The Red Sox think that McCutchen might be running. Gregory Polanco, it's his first home run since August the 10th against the Padres to give the Pirates the early lead. 2-0. 2-0 the count on Neil Walker. They back up their shortstop. Bogarts had been playing at the edge of the grass, protecting against a possible bunt. Clay Buchholz, one-time little-used shortstop at McNeese State, transferred to Angelina Junior College in Texas, and then became a first-round supplemental pick, as Steve mentioned, in 2005 by the Red Sox. Compensation for the New York Mets, having signed Pedro Martinez after the 04 season. Again, a throw over. At times, Buchholz will become obsessed with those runners, and there goes McCutchen. Well, they thought he might be going, and he takes off. Perhaps Clint Hurdle had him on the move there.
Just a fair break.
There are times when Clint Hurdle will keep that base runner at first base when Walker is batting left-handed, but with this shift of three infielders, McCutchen takes off. An apparent hit and run. It stays 2-2. Where Walker puts the ball in play by direction on those ground balls. This is as a left-handed hitter. Over 57% for that right side. The Red Sox look at that information and decide to employ that shift. And right into it. So Walker hits into the double play, but Gregory Polanco launches number 7. 1-0 Bucks. And Rob, the Dodgers and Giants still have to play each other 3 more times, so that could get very interesting. Rob will keep us updated. We'll be watching the Brewers Cardinals game again. That one went extra innings last night. Gregory Polanco's home run gives the Pirates the lead. Here is Rusney Castillo, his big league debut. Just 11 games in the minor leagues. Swinging bunt. He can run. And he'll be retired by Russell Martin.
He can't outrun the baseball. Russell with a good play, getting out quickly as he always does. Yeah, he might beat some of those out in the minor leagues somewhere, or back in Cuba where he played several seasons.
His first major league at bat is retired 2-3. Christian Vasquez takes ball 1 from Liriano.
Yeah. Castillo's not a kid, 27 years old,
right.
Veteran of the wars in Cuba, the baseball wars.
Did not play competitively for 18 months trying to defect. One and one on Christian Vasquez, the catcher. Snapped an 0 for 20 hitless string with a double off the left center field wall leading off the 5th inning last night against Charlie Morton. Two and one. Still 2-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. We'll be getting to our mailbag throughout the night. While we have a moment, Mike Shebeck took care of us at the Rivertown Brewing Hall of Fame Club last night. We had a little party,
a gathering
for all the folks involved in our Root Sports productions.
Yep, good time. A cleansing.
It was a cleansing. We read some fan mail.
Yeah. Yep, always good to.
It's neat.
Catch up. Yep.
Strike 3 called.
Much better second inning to this point.
Second K for Liriano. Upstairs, but obviously a strike.
You know, Greg, it's great to get fan mail that includes the whole broadcast crew, not just individuals.
That gentleman who didn't sign that letter, I don't believe. I don't think he had a return address on that letter or sign. In fact, that's about 3 years old, that letter that we received. But it's a classic, and I think it deserves a reading every year. And he did include everyone, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Even if he got some of the names wrong.
Well, yeah, it's the theme of the thing that counts. You know, the names,
Not the counts.
They can be incorrect or.
But our thanks to Mike and all the staff out there at Rivertown Brewing Hall of Fame Club. Great place to take in a ball game. Pirates and Red Sox again tomorrow night. And a chopper toward the shortstop, Barmes. He'll take care of Buckholes, and 1-2-3 for Francisco Liriano. 1-0 Pirates. There's the Hall of Fame Club.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. By the Chevy Sun and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. On this date, 1967, Pirates beat the Giants 5-4 at Forbes Field, and Roberto Clemente at a walk-off homer off Frank Lindsay. Roberto's third hit of the game. Gene Alley also had 3 hits. Al McBean went the distance to improve to 7-3.
Alvin O'Neill McBean. Got the glove. Ready to go. Ready to catch one. I don't even know if we used the phrase walk-off home run back in 1967.
I doubt.
We just all left.
Yeah. Did you all walk out onto the field from the dugout or just go into the clubhouse?
No. Into the clubhouse.
And did you congratulate your teammates when they came into the clubhouse then?
Gave them a beer.
All right.
We got an attaboy. Attaboy.
Attaboy. 2-0 count on Russell Martin. Despite being a bit under the weather last night. Hit his 10th home run of the season.
I don't know what would have happened if Clemente hit that walk-off home run. I walked up to him in the clubhouse and gave him a chest bump. I don't think that would have worked.
What do you think he would have done?
He would have probably knocked me out. I don't even know if I dared talk to him yet in 1967.
Not even attaboy for Roberto.
No, just shake his hand or yeah. he had a presence. He had a. I was telling somebody the other night down at the Clemente Museum. He had a presence even when he was kneeling in the on-deck circle. There was a presence with Clemente, the way he carried himself. I didn't even know it was Clemente Day until I saw the 21 mode out in the right field.
The grounds crew got out
the
there.
ballpark, yeah.
I saw Roberto, 2 of Roberto's children here, right?
Yep.
Toward left, and Cespedes.
By the way, we all gathered at the Clemente Museum the other night for their annual fundraiser. Had a great time. Manny Sanguin was there. Vera Clemente, a couple of the boys, the sons. Had a great turnout. Dwayne Reeder, once again, doing a great job as a host, and just one of the real gems in the city of Pittsburgh, the Clemente Museum. 21. See it everywhere around Pittsburgh. Now it's growing wild.
Marte thinks about a bunt, takes a strike.
He was impressive last night, wasn't he? Losing that ball in the Pirates bullpen.
The good thing about the last 3 home runs that have been hit here, Marte, Martin, and Polanco, impressive. Distinct, each one. The Martin home run, well over the right center field fence, and a few rows from clearing the seating section. This is Marte's from last night into the back Pirates bullpen.
That is some power. I mean, it's obviously 400, 20, 30 feet, something in that range. But just not even those tower. These were high line drives.
Bogarts dropped by Napoli.
Gotta be an E3, doesn't it?
You'd think so.
Looked like he had the glove around it, or seemed to be containing it.
It's an E3. Mike Napoli, his 8th error of the season. Pretty much a routine. A little bit low, but routine for a first baseman.
If it gets to the glove before it gets to the ground, it's your responsibility.
Red Sox about the middle of the pack in the American League in terms of errors, 87. Davis 0 for 1 with a walk last night. Pretty standard that he'll get a couple of at-bats, and when the opponent calls on a left-handed pitcher, then Clint Hurdle counters and calls on Gabby Sanchez. Likewise, when a lefty starts, Gabby Sanchez is at first on most nights, and a right-handed reliever comes in, and you see Ike Davis. Andrew Lambeau now part of that mix. This could be an interesting battle. Marte loves to run. Buchholz loves to throw over there. He's got that excellent move.
Both of them excellent at their respective jobs here in your screen.
And a 2-0 count now on Ike Davis. 26 steals, caught 10 times. But one of the great base stealers in certainly Pirates history, Omar Moreno, was here today.
All the nicknames, what was he? The
Antelope?
Yep.
He really loved to run. Loved to steal.
Looks like he still can.
Yes.
He's in terrific shape.
Two and one. Not going in line to right field into the corner. Marte is going to be held at third. Davis rips a double into the right field corner.
And that one had some steam on it. That would have been interesting if Marte was running on the pitch.
Yeah, he put on the brakes, which you wonder if he is running on the pitch, probably scores, and if he doesn't stop, watch this, stops and now has to get going again.
Now he's underway. Really nowhere else to go. By the way, that pitch down and in, and Ike Davis, look at the location.
Down to get it.
Yep, and it's tough not to pull that ball foul.
Infield in with Barmes at the plate. And to left field, Clint Barmes will bring home a run and then some. Off the wall. Barmes into second with a 2-run double.
How do you like that? Just getting ready to say, I wonder if they're going to try to work around him with the pitcher. But why would they work around him?
Yeah, the infield in, one out. And Barmes
just
off the wall. Man.
And Cespedes knew it right away. He just knew that ball was over his head. And here come your Buccos.
Clint Barmes getting the chance to start back-to-back games with the back tightness from Jordy Mercer. And now Liriano. You might see a bunt. No, you won't. Some suggest that you bunt here, you move the runner to third, even though there are 2 outs. You get a guy like Harrison, who decent speed, could leg out an infield hit, would allow that runner to score. guess the question here, Steve, is does Liriano have a better shot of getting a hit or getting a bunt down? And I think he's got a better shot of getting a bunt down than a base hit. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, obviously.
And if that's the case, then why not bunt him over rather than wasting it back?
Because that's got no chance of getting him home. Base hit does. But it's the longer shot, obviously.
I mean, Liriano.
You might have the pitcher on his heels a little bit. I don't know.
3 for 38 at the plate is Liriano. Davis scores on the double by Barmes. Look out, Nick Leva and by the camera well. Pirates lead 3-0. Hangs in there. Marte reaching on the air by Napoli. Davis double to right, and Barmes doubles them both home. Base hit to right. And Barmes will be held. As you were saying, Steve, that's why you wouldn't bunt.
You got to turn him loose, don't you?
Absolutely. You kidding? Guy that can hit like this?
What a good at bat, really.
It really was.
Buchholz had him on the ropes. I mean, there's a lot of ways he can put him away. And he gets a fastball right down Broadway.
And that brings out the pitching coach, Juan Nieves. Liriano's 4th hit in 39 at-bats on the year. Was hitting .079 before that single to right. And it's 1st and 3rd for Josh Harrison.
Now you got a chance to turn this into something special.
Popped up his first time up. We mentioned earlier that Morneau had a big day for the Rockies and is now hitting .320. Jay down to .316. Buster Posey was 0 for 3. He's down to .310. There's a liner to center field and a base hit for Harrison. 4-0.
And the Pirates worked hard last night. They didn't put that ball game away till later on. You could bust this thing wide open and have yourself a little bit of a relaxing evening. You're not there yet, certainly, but you got a chance to do something very, very good here in the 2nd inning. It's already real good. Could be better.
Buchholz, chuck and duck. Line drive RBI. Harrison's 52nd RBI of the year. Brings home Barmes from 3rd. Barmes doubled in a pair. And now Polanco hit that laser home run in the 1st.
As we said when the game started for Buchholz, there have been times he's been terrific this year, times he's been knocked around a lot. So, hopefully we're seeing the latter tonight. Four straight base hits. You bunch them together, that's when you can pick up the crooked numbers.
Could be 2. There's 1, and that will not allow them to get the double play. That hesitation by Bogaerts, if they had any chance, it had to be way quicker. And Polanco reaches 2 outs.
He give a little ground there as he was getting that ball. See the tail end.
Like Bogaerts thought about maybe taking it himself for a second.
Yeah.
He can't hesitate with Polanco, those long strides.
Was it about 4 strides to get to first base? 4 and some change.
Gives McCutchen a chance. McCutchen walked in the first.
Feeling Andrew might like to have that one back. Take a whack at it.
There's some things you'd like to check off your bucket list, Steve. I imagine Liriano on his bucket list is still the runs scored category. Not 1 run scored in his career. Of course, longtime American leaguer.
Wow. He's right there.
But doesn't know the feeling of crossing home plate. And it's 0-2 on McCutchen. 122 career plate appearances for Liriano. But he's not crossed the plate in a game. One ball, 2 strikes. Baseball announced today that they suspended Marcus Stroman, the Blue Jays right-hander, a 6-game suspension for throwing at catcher of the Orioles, Caleb Joseph. I mentioned that because a few weeks ago, a Diamondbacks pitcher, Delgado, intentionally threw the ball right into the middle of that man's back, and baseball did nothing. So Stroman throws at Caleb Joseph. Delgado throws intentionally at McCutchen, and baseball doesn't do a thing.
Did he hit Joseph or just throw him?
Didn't hit him. Unbelievable.
That is.
Awful. And swing and a miss. The big cut comes up empty. Still runless, but 4-0 Pirates.
Pittsburgh. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. So Charlie Morton today was named the Pirates nominee for the 2014 Roberto Clemente Award. Each of the 30 Major League Baseball teams nominates one player, and the national award is given out during the World Series. And the award is given out in an effort to pay tribute to Clemente's achievements and character by recognizing current players who truly understand the value of helping others. Now that group of people consists of one member from each of the Pirates minor league affiliates for the Pirates Community Commitment Program, and Adam Wilk, you see second from the right next to Morton, for the Indianapolis Indians. He donated 38.5 hours of community service this season in Indianapolis. And Charlie Morton, he told me it's an honor to be associated with Roberto Clemente in any way, shape, or form. He said it doesn't take the reward of recognition for people to do good things. And he honestly said, Greg, he almost wishes this could have flown under the radar, actually. In 2011, Charlie and his wife Cindy partnered with Pirates Charities to form Morton's Military Initiative that assists military servicemen and women and support military service organizations. He's partnered other initiatives, Operation Troop Appreciation and the Wounded Warrior Project. So a very nice thing, and we hope Ground Chuck can win the national award to be announced during the World Series in honor of Roberto Clemente, Greg.
Now, Robbie, that would be great, and there's just not a better person than Charlie Morton. He is such a good human being. Just a genuinely good person. So thoughtful. And nice that he is recognized. I saw an MLB Network special today. Steve, you were involved in that, this Clemente special. A lot of you in it, but they talked to the previous Clemente Award winners, many of them, and many of them said that it is their greatest honor. These are guys that have World Series rings, and they said the Clemente Award is their greatest honor.
Yeah, if they pay attention to the heritage of the game, I think these guys recognize that presence that took Clemente beyond just the status of a major league ball player, which is great in itself, and took it to a different level, and they're aware of it. I'm not surprised they're proud.
Carlos Beltran, the national award winner last year, brought to tears when he received that award. And that's not what Liriano wanted to do, a leadoff free pass to Mookie Betts.
Well, the thing is, as a major league athlete, you have the ability, if you want to step out and get into doors that other people can't. And the guys that take that initiative and get beyond themselves, they can get in, they can talk to corporate CEOs and that where maybe somebody else can't, and that can make a difference. That you, as a major league ball player, have that gift, you have that ability, you can get in those doors, and if you don't take advantage of that, well, then you're cutting yourself and what you're capable of doing kind of short.
Ball one.
Well, Clemente himself said, if you don't do things for other people, basically, I'm paraphrasing, then you have wasted your days on this earth. And he was quoted in that vein, almost those exact words.
Double play ball. There's one, two. A walk and a double play for Liriano.
Yep, standard issue right there. 6, 4, 3. A little shovel toss from Clint Barmas. Neil Walker. Easy as pie.
Here's Cespedes, fly to left his first time.
How about a happy birthday wish to Kobe Markovitz, young Pirates fan. I'm a day late. Kobe's birthday was yesterday.
Well, I'm not a day late. I'm right on time with mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Anna Marie Jiski, 92 today. She's at the game, section 114. Happy birthday, Anna Marie. Popped up.
Happy birthday.
Merry Christmas. Night, and then Friday, Free Shirt Friday. Bucks and Brewers, 7:05. First 25,000 fans get a Pirates t-shirt voted on by the fans thanks to FedEx. Also the block party on Federal Street before the game featuring local live music plus an alumni appearance from a former Bucko. For tickets, go to pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. 4 regular season games remaining. And again, tickets available for the finale of this series against the BOS Sox tomorrow night. Neil Walker in the air to right, high toward the wall, and gone! Neil Walker, his 21st, 5-0 Pirates.
Buccos played a little long ball last night and tonight. There's what we expected from the Clemente wall. You don't have to hit it 9 miles, but if you get some height and you pull it, you got a chance to go all the way around the bases.
'21st home run on Roberto Clemente Day.
21. I mean,
it all works, doesn't it?
It all fits. Got the lift.
And Buchholz hadn't given up a home run since mid-August before tonight. In on Martin's hands, pops it up. Napoli. Another look at the Neil Walker home run. Just enough distance, enough height. This one you just don't know.
Yeah, we thought we saw a lot of these kind that were just barely clear with that much height.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe trying to get a hand on it and miss.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like skipping a stone across the pond.
Young fan, we believe, with a Neil Walker jersey, has that baseball now.
This is all out of central casting now. By the way, my phone rang during the inning break, and we're announcing birthdays. We had a young man in here on a little tour we gave. His dad, Ken Herring Sr.,
That's
my
right.
friend from high school. Happy birthday, Ken.
I was supposed.
Ken Jr.
You
was
didn't know
here
that?
on
Ken
the tour.
Jr. told me about that. I dropped the ball on that one. Yeah, Ken's watching down in Bradenton.
Yeah. He works for the Pirates.
Yep.
Oh, happy birthday,
Ken Herring.
Yeah.
Marte, 0-1 count.
Ken Sr., by the way, a member of the Housatonic Valley Regional High School Hall of Fame. So about 4 or 5 years ago was inducted.
1-1 count on Marte. And now 1-2. Stephen Wright, not the comedian, the knuckleballer, getting ready.
Can't say he has that deadpan delivery.
Right.
Stephen Wright, the comedian, has.
Well, you know when he comes in, we're going to go through all the Stephen Wright lines.
Oh, yeah.
Already got one. It's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint it.
Not even a smile.
Nothing. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Starling Marte. Missed some time with that sore elbow, that curveball that hit him on the left elbow that A.J. Burnett plunked him with.
wonder if it's completely healed. It seems, you know, when you watch him,
it still bothers him a bit.
Yeah, he's working it.
Broken bat. Backhanded. Buchholz. We're always anxious to see how you root for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Send us a picture via Twitter. Use the hashtag BucksFanPhoto and we'll show them during our broadcast. Hashtag BucksFanPhoto. Show us how you're rooting for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Last stretch of home regular season games and then on the road next week to Atlanta for 4. And finish up the regular season in Cincinnati. Really do hope you'll plan to be on hand tomorrow night and then through the weekend. Go to Pirates.com. These guys have battled. They've been so resilient, and they are making it another exciting year.
I'll tell you, how many times do people want to count them out? Losing 7 in a row and then come back a little bit, losing 4 in a row, and they just keep coming off the mat. And that is the word that we've heard all the latter part, you know, since the All-Star break. Resilient, resilient, resilient. Down but not out.
And line just foul. Mike Davis doubled his first time up down the right field line.
And you don't want to forget about tonight. You don't want to forget about tomorrow. But boy, what a weekend we're looking right down the barrel at.
Hard not to think ahead, right?
Yep. And that's okay with fans. The players, that's important that they don't. They take care of business tonight, and they're well on their way to doing just that.
After the Walker homer, Buchholz retires the next 3, but Neil Walker hits number 21. Walker home run giving the Pirates this 5-0 lead onto the 4th inning on Roberto Clemente Day throughout Major League Baseball. But boy, nobody knows and honors Clemente like Neil Walker. Clay Buchholz giving up that home run, the 2nd home run he has allowed. And boy, Walker appreciates this day as much as anybody in baseball.
You grew up in this city loving baseball. That is part of your heritage for sure.
Mike Napoli takes strike 1. Napoli walked just ahead of the Alan Craig free pass.
Greg, I'm going to go back to that pitch that was called a strike to Middlebrooks.
Yep.
I got a big circle around that. Huge. I mean, You could have had this ball game going in a couple
Instead of
different
ball
directions.
4, it was called a strike.
Yep.
And he was able to get Middlebrooks to bounce out to end that bases loaded threat.
No, Russell thought it was a strike, or at least was trying for that sale. And the Point Park University strike zone says that would have got it. Apparently it's just ruled a little bit above the beard.
Huh. Two and two. Want to send along congratulations to Dennis Dupre's folks. Dennis is the executive vice president and general manager of PNC Park. His folks are John and Terry, watching the game tonight and celebrating their 62nd wedding anniversary.
Congratulations. You and Dennis go back a long way, don't you? This organization?
Yeah, Dennis and I are buddies back at the Three River Stadium days, working part of the scoreboard crew. 3-2 on Mike Napoli. Did he?
Trying to catch up here.
No, ball 4.
Well, we have moments. Well, we have a moment.
You know what? While we do have a moment,
you're still trailing.
Since everybody knows, we can now freely wish Teak the very best. And great news, Teak, man. We're thrilled to
sensational
to get the great news.
And we'll give a big save to all the people that took care of him.
Yep.
Big save.
Yep.
Clemente Colby. Teak couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier.
Looking forward to having Teak back, part of our Root Sports crew once again. He'll be returning once he fully recovers, and he's well on his way.
Yeah, you don't like our work, huh? On those post-game shows?
Anyway, Alan Craig is at the plate.
I think all of us that have been kind of picking up the slack a little bit are going to be delighted when Teak is back in his chair doing what he does so well. So, Teak, get over here. Pick us all up now.
Towards center, McCutcheon. A couple of steps to his left. Speaking of Allegheny Health Network, we're going to go to the Red Sox for the injury update. And Dustin Pedroia, former MVP, out for the rest of the season. Had surgery on his left hand last week, bothering him since really the start of last season. John Farrell's second baseman out for the rest of the year. They're hoping that they'll make some additions over the winter and return to greatness next year. This World Series champion one year and last place the next. The last team to do that, you're going to go back to the 1997 then Florida Marlins, who went 92-70 under Jim Leland, and then they had that big fire sale after they beat the Cleveland Indians to take that World Series championship. They got rid of a lot of players, and the next year they went 54-108. Brock Holt, former Pirate, is not playing yet. He's been undergoing some concussion testing. He played for a couple of weeks. This ball lined toward the wall and left. Marte over and there. Boy, what a nice play. That will not show up on any of the highlight shows tonight. He got a great jump and made that look routine.
Exactly right. That ball was hooking away from him. He simply outran the baseball. This is trying to get to the foul pole. Marte got that first. Yep, you're exactly right. He made it look too easy to be sensational. There's a guy on the mound that appreciates that in his highlight discussion, maybe.
Now, Rusney Castillo's second at bat in the States. Cuban defector signed the 7-year, $72.5 million deal August the 22nd. Walker will try to rob him, but can't find the handle. That will probably go as a base hit, as Walker tried to rob him, and it is a hit for Castillo.
And he would have gotten him at first base also, because the ball was hit so hard. I still like our guy.
Ball just comes out as he lands, and then if he finds it right away, grasps it and heads to first, he still gets him, but can't find the handle. Like any Health Network Super Bowl.
Wound up going around like his home run went from person to person.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Now Christian Vasquez. It's a special day throughout baseball. We've talked about Neil Walker, what it means to him. Clemente Day. Here, Puerto Rican native Christian Vasquez grew up in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Their pitching coach from Santurce, Juan Nieves. A strike. Robbie had a chance to talk to Christian Vasquez about the meaning of this day, and we'll hear from Robbie in a moment. This ball bounced and backhanded by Barmes, and on the move to retire Vasquez. Francisco Liriano's shutout string has reached 20 consecutive innings.
Tonight for the Buccos, and you heard Greg mentioning a moment ago about Christian Vasquez, 24-year-old catcher for the Boston Red Sox, born and raised in Puerto Rico. And I talked to him before the game about what Roberto Clemente means to him, and he said Clemente is the face of Puerto Rico when it comes to baseball, and it means a lot to him to be a part of the island where Roberto grew up. Now, when he was a child, one of the first things he learned was to help people away from the baseball field, simply because that's what Clemente did. When you combine that with the fact that he had 3,000 hits, the standard has been set for any aspiring baseball player in Puerto Rico. He said wherever there is baseball down there, there's a piece of Clemente. And for Vasquez, he said, Greg and Steve, he said there's a little bit of Clemente in his heart, and he pointed to his heart as he was telling me this, and he has the utmost respect for Clemente's family, who he had a chance to speak to very briefly tonight before the ball game.
Good stuff. And that's not the first time we've heard that theme from a major leaguer that grew up on the island of Puerto Rico.
A hard hit ball by Barmes, but right at the second baseman, Betts.
Greg, I continually have people that ask me, what do you think Clemente would be doing now had he lived? And I continually say, I think he'd probably be the governor of Puerto Rico. I mean,
and you're not just saying, those aren't just words. You really think he would be, right?
I mean, that's a long shot, but I would not be surprised because he was held in that kind of esteem.
And he would get involved in political issues,
Oh,
right?
yeah. He had no hesitation. Yep. He had that kind of presence, had that kind of clout.
Liriano with a base hit in the second inning.
And it kept things going. Josh followed it up with a base hit, knocking another run.
One out in the fourth, and the Pirates leading 5-0. The Brewers underway in St. Louis. 0-0 in the top of the second. Brewers tied their game last night in the ninth. Went on to beat the Cardinals in extra innings. Strike three call. On a special inside Pirates baseball seat, Josh Harrison's rise from bench player to all-star and everyday third baseman. A one-man highlight show. Harrison's physical tools, savvy moves, and unbreakable confidence, once honed back by two talented older brothers. Now it's his turn to shine. Catch it all inside Pirates baseball. Jay Hay every day tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Josh Harrison with the base hit last time up. Now at 318, Justin Morneau hitting 320. Ball and a strike. Tapper, but foul. It's a ball and two strikes on the Pirates' third baseman. In that Brewers-Cardinals game, it's Adam Wainwright for St. Louis tonight against Mike Fiers. Fiers back on the mound for the first time since hitting Giancarlo Stanton in the face. 2-2 the count.
And I don't even know why the Marlins had to announce it. They officially said that Stanton was shut down for the rest of the season. I think that was a foregone conclusion.
Swings and misses the pitch in the dirt. And 1-2-3 go the Bucks. The Pirates leading 5-0.
proud to be part of what you do every day.
On this week's Inside Pirates Baseball, we bring you part 2 of Ike Davis Mic'd Up. Talk to the guys about how many at-bats it takes before a young player just gets it. Recap the plays of the week and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, tomorrow after postgame on Root Sports. Pirates leading 5-0 and on to the 5th inning. Clay Buchholz lasting only 4 frames. He is out of the ball game. Young Pirate fans on hand here last night. There were 34,698 paid attendance as the Pirates expect to go over last year's mark tonight. And closing in on the all-time record set in 2001. Bryce Brent's came up today as the Pawtucket Red Sox season ended. The AAA championship last night. Omaha, the Royals top farm club, beat the Paw Sox, who won the International League. So 25-year-old Brent's line to left, and Brent's picks up his first big league hit. And he learns about the arm of Starling Marte as Marte makes it close. Bryce Brent's first big league at bat, a double.
That could not be more in the middle of the plate, as you saw that. Point Park University strike zone.
Last inning plus a couple of hard hit balls off Liriano. This is in the air to right, sending Polanco back. And he guns toward third base. One hopper. Brent's tags and moves up, one away.
You know, watching Marte throw from the corner reminds me of a young Pirate a lot of years ago that played in Forbes Field. When Willie Stargell first came up, he played a lot of left field. And that was 365 down in the corner, and he had an absolute gun. Perhaps as strong velocity-wise as Roberto Clemente. Maybe not as good, maybe overall, or as consistent, but Stargell could throw with anybody when he first came up.
Well, Marte, we saw Marte's throw to second. Now we see Polanco throwing toward third on the Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Pitch blocked in the dirt.
Well, when you combine speed, arm strength, ability to hit the ball a long way, you got a pretty good looking package. And the Pirates have an outfield that really could evolve into something really, really, really special.
Chopper, shortstop coming in. Marmis gets the out and the run in. That ends the string of consecutive innings for Liriano without allowing a run. And Bogaerts gets the RBI. ...20 consecutive innings before allowing a run. He will now face Yoenis Cespedes. A run on 3 hits. Liriano has walked 4, including 2 in the first inning. Had a 1-2-3 second. He walked the leadoff man in the third, then got a double play ball. Walked Napoli to begin last inning. Got out of that. Gave up the leadoff double here in the 5th, and that run scores. 4 of the 5 innings the Sox have had their leadoff man on.
It's not been a breeze, but he's grinding it out.
Ball 1 on Cespedes, and they'll mark a baseball. Bryce Brent's as a pinch hitter doubles his first big league at bat. 2-0.
Astros will stay in that young man's possession for a lot of years. A lot of years.
And toward left, Marte. Doesn't have to move much. Makes the catch. A run in. And after 4.5, Pirates leading the Red Sox 5-1. Brought to you by Yellowwood. How about Gregory Polanco launching this home run? Second batter in the first inning against Clay Buchholz. 7th of the year for Polanco. Yellowwood bringing the lumber. Buchholz lasting 4 innings, gives up 5 runs, 4 earned. 6 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts.
It is Stephen Wright in appearance number 4. 12 innings, 12 strikeouts, just 1 free pass.
That's the mission again this season.
Yep.
Get to October. Polanco will lead things off. Will be followed by Andrew McCutcheon and Neil Walker. And if somebody gets on, Russell Martin. See how many knuckleballs Wright will feature. They had Tim Wakefield here, of course, for many years. Has also worked with Stephen Wright in the minors. And a first pitch swinging. Shortstop, Bogarts. Nice play. One down. Stephen Wright turned 30 last month. Torrance, California native. He was originally a 26th round pick of the Padres. Did not sign with them. Ended up going to play college ball at the University of Hawaii. And the Indians picked him in the 2nd round 3 years later. That's summers back,
tough duty.
Red Sox
University
acquired him.
Hawaii.
Yeah. McCutchen.
Getting the Stephen Wright line. How about growing up as Stephen Wright?
I know. Wright. You know you're hearing everything, every line. There's a base hit for McCutchen. Get on board with the Buccos in 2015. Pirates accepting deposits for full and partial season ticket plans. Get access to exclusive events, the best locations and savings, and customize your membership. Plus 2015 full season deposits. Get 2014 postseason priority. For more information, go to pirates.com/membership. Here's Walker. He's hit into a double play and homered.
You just got another one. If you fail at skydiving, it's probably not for you. Stephen Wright.
Can't have everything. Where would you put it?
Well, you've got it all on your computer here. This is
so you don't like computers?
Not from memory.
What, you don't like computers?
Not from memory, is it?
Of course not. And you're, by the way, I should get you a computer. There's a base hit to left. Puts runners at first and second. Brings up Russell Martin. What do you got?
I've got my computer too.
Yeah, what do you have? Somebody.
Man, I love the Stones. I try to see them every chance I get. Man, Fred, Barney, they're all the best. Stones, Rolling Stones. Stones. Get it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, very, very good.
Who's sending you those?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Don't have them send me any, all right?
I carry my computer around my pocket.
You're so high tech. Might have been the knuckleball there. 0-2. Russell Martin, he's flied to left and popped to first. First major league start last year in August. He didn't have any idea where that knuckleball was going. He admitted it. To Tapper. Could be a swinging bunt hit. And it will be. And the bases are loaded. Knuckleball, good look at it there.
Russell doesn't get many infield hits.
Now with a runner at third, this is where Christian Vasquez has to be at his best with the knuckleballer. His debut last year, 1 inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 walks, a stolen base, and 4 pass balls, a hit batter, and a wild pitch. His major league debut last year for Stephen Wright.
Certainly could open the gates right here.
Oh, and 2 on Marte. 0 for 2. McCutchen singled with 1 out. Tony Womack, Neil Walker with a base hit. And Russell Martin with a base hit. Talking about Tony Womack is on our minds because we're talking about great stolen base guys in Pirates history. And
somebody
reminded me of Tony Womack, because we're talking about Omar Moreno, we're talking about Starling Marte, and don't forget about Tony Womack. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
We got that information from your computer.
Well, I was thinking more about Leanne Womack. I hope you didn't. Fun when we're winning, isn't it?
A little different. 4, 6, nothing. Run scores. RBI for Marte. Brings home McCutchen. It is 6-1. The Pirates get that run back.
The hustle. Beating the rap at first base.
Marte gets the RBI, his 52nd.
Let me check that. On my computer. See if we got that 52nd RBI. You just have to tap the screen, right?
You know, you're allowed to, by the way, an assist to Russell Martin for that nice takeout slide to make sure that Bogaerts couldn't get a throw off.
I'm checking Tony Womack's career stats.
Come on, tell the truth. That's not even on. Zach gave you that as a prop.
All right, we'll go to the source and get the old flipper out again.
Flipper.
Got all I need right here. 8:54. Give you the time of game as soon as we get through.
How about I kept a diary right after I was born? Day 1, tired from the move. Day 2, everyone thinks I'm an idiot.
I bought some batteries, but they weren't included. So I remember that.
A lot of people are afraid of heights. Not me, I'm afraid of widths. There's a high drive to center field. This ball is way gone. Ike Davis, a 3-run bomb. It is 9-1, his 11th of the year. And if it's not a lapper, it's pretty close. Dead center.
Well, we're having fun, but the Pirates are having more fun, to the delight of this crowded PNC Park. Really, this is the kind of game we've been waiting for. We've had a lot of grind them out, blue-collar type wins, and we haven't won this yet, but well on the way. Not as far downstairs as a double, and that was a rocket.
Liftoff.
But it goes down, gets under it, got that patented left-hand swing, and gave it a ride.
Well, this very subject came up in Clint Hurdle's office today about what we have discussed over the past couple weeks, that this offense up and down the lineup, the home run capabilities, all the double digits. Now that gives Davis 10 as a Pirate. And you look up and down their lineup, all the position players, you have Mercer in there with at least 10 home runs. It's his 10th homer as a Pirate, his 11th of the year. This ball into shallow left, and that will drop in front of Cespedes. And Stephen Wright not fooling anybody. How about this Pirate offense up and down the lineup? 9 players with 10 or more homers, first time in team history. Mike Davis now with 10 home runs as a Pirate. Josh Harrison with 13. Marte has a dozen. Martin 10. McCutchen 23. Mercer 11. Travis Snyder 11. Neil Walker does 21st tonight. And all kinds of tweets from around the country and around the world. Folks watching in Starkville, Mississippi. The Buffalo Wild Wings there. Sending along, well, hoping that they're going to send along an AT&T fan photo for us. On a strike on Liriano. 3 home runs, Polanco, Walker, Davis tonight. 9-1.
No laughing matter for Stephen Wright as a heat up in the bullpen. Matt Barnes.
That's a good line. Liriano with a fly ball toward left center field. And the catch made by the new Red Sox center fielder, Rusney Castillo. But Ike Davis, who doubled in the second, homers over the center field wall here in the 5th. And the Pirates well out in front.
Is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Gold Gloves are Barrel Automotive all-time leaders. Outfielders all-time. Roberto Clemente and Willie Mays with a dozen. On Roberto Clemente Day throughout Major League Baseball.
You know who I'm surprised is not on that list? Henry Aaron.
Phenomenal outfielder, huh?
Very, very good. Didn't make mistakes. Threw the right base all the time. Just maybe not one of the
Gold Glovers.
Gold Glovers that Russell Martin's sporting, that label.
Andrew McCutchen, a Gold Glover. Martin might be getting another one this season. Neil Walker certainly. There will be support. If you look at his defensive metrics, he's done an outstanding job defensively. Mike Davis, 3-run homer, giving him 11 on the season. Two and one.
And now the prescription for Mr. Liriano: throw a bunch of strikes.
The other way and slicing to the seats. Cardinals Brewers 0-0, bottom of the 3rd in St. Louis. Atlanta leads Washington 3-1, top of the 7th. Earlier, the Giants beat the Diamondbacks 4-2. And now 3-2 the count on Mike Napoli. Alan Craig to follow. Napoli has walked twice. Make it 3 times. It's 5 walks for Liriano. The most popular way to follow the Pirates' push to the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Get at Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. There's Alan Craig.
One of those 5 walks you're talking about was followed very quickly by a ground ball. Certainly used that to tidy this start of the top of the 6th inning.
We want to send along a speedy recovery to Paul Brand from Glenshaw. His brother Fred works in our guest relations department around section 119 behind home plate. He does a great job, and asked us to send along a well wish to his brother Paul. Big Pirates fan watching tonight. Recovering from surgery, and we wish him the very best. Oh, 2 on Craig. One ball, 2 strikes on the former Cardinal. Big part of their success last year. He missed much of the end of the season. He came back in the postseason, helped get the Cardinals into the series. You know, from 2011 through last year, Alan Craig hit .407 with runners in scoring position. That's a possible double play ball. Nicely done by Barmes. Boy, he got rid of that ball quickly.
I tell you, Clint Barmes has had a fine ball game.
Yep, he really has.
We've seen a lot of Jordy Mercer, and Jordy's done a terrific job, but boy, sometimes if you don't see Barmes enough, you forget how smooth he can be at that shortstop position. How good.
As it turned out, he was out by quite a bit at first, but again, a nice turn from Barmes to Walker.
And a couple knocks, too.
6 assists, I think, for Barmes, yeah, along with 2 hits, the big 2-run double. See Liriano at the 96 pitch mark. He's due up first in the bottom of this inning, so this is probably it for him. Looking to finish things off. They gave Liriano the extra day's rest. They had the off day Monday, and they could have, on regular rest, had him pitch last night. They decided to go with Charlie Morton and allow Liriano to have an extra day.
He has worked hard to just have allowed the 1 run so far. Done a lot of work.
Bounce to Barmes. On to first. Davis will come off the bag and tag Middlebrooks. 9-1 Buccos.
elementary school earlier today for an assembly on the physics of baseball, and afterward Pirates players handed out $40,000 in school supplies for the children. All this was done in honor of Roberto Clemente Day. Roberto's wife Vera and their 3 boys, including Roberto Jr., Luis, and Enrique, they were all there. It's a tradition. It's the 5th time the Pirates have done something like this, and a fantastic day for everyone that was involved. Every player, every coach participated in the event today, Greg and Steve, in a really nice way to honor the great Roberto Clemente, as we get a look at the side of the bases honoring him as well.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle, you were in there, Robbie, when he referred to this big day, and he said, you know, sometimes you get up and you don't feel like doing something, and he said, I've gotten some messages from even some fans who say, you know what, you guys got a game tonight, you should concentrate on the game. You don't need to do that today. And he said, yes, we do. Absolutely, we do.
That's the phrase. Yes, we do.
Daniel Nava takes over in left field. Aaron Cicchini is at third. Will Middlebrooks moves from third to first. Matt Barnes, the new pitcher.
Just appearance number 3. We're seeing a lot of the Red Sox call-ups. You brought up an interesting point last night. Yep, the Red Sox need to find out about some of these youngsters, but you wonder about teams that are competing against the Pirates and facing a lot of AAA players.
There's a high fly ball hit pretty deep to left center field, but he got under it too much. Nava there. Harrison just missed, collecting the Pirates' 4th home run of the night. Keith Reese, the great cameraman here at PNC Park, is taking the game in with his family.
Enjoying the Buccos tonight.
Thanks to Keith Reese for his great work all year long. He's finished up baseball, and he'll be handing out all other projects around the country. Now Polanco. Home run in the first off the starter Buchholz. Nine runs, 11 hits for the Pirates. Matt Barnes, the 3rd pitcher to work tonight. Justin Wilson will be the new Pirates pitcher. The 7th. Francisco Liriano. No jacket on for him. I misspoke, having looked at the lineup card. Liriano made the last out in the bottom of the 5th, but you know, that looks like maybe Clint Hurdle will have him go out and face a batter or two. You'd think, Steve, if he were done, he'd have the jacket on, right?
Yeah.
On a cool night.
Yeah.
Looks like he's still in pitching mode.
Yeah.
But he's close to 100 pitches.
Certainly no absolute need for him to go out. And I can't. Sometimes guys will just wrap their elbows with a towel. But sure, not automatic that you wear a jacket. I thought it was going to be cold enough last night. I put 2 jackets on.
I saw that.
Yeah. Just in case.
was kind of hoping that Pete would shoot you. Pete Toma.
A lot of people hope that they would hope that Pete would shoot me. He scolds me a lot, you know, pen tapping.
The camera. I was hoping he'd put a camera on it.
Get scolded for pen tapping on the counter and not watching the monitor. Gratefully so.
Polanco pops up toward the line. Nava crosses the line and makes the catch. Final regular season game is this Sunday. It's a kids Sunday. Pirates Brewers 1:35. All kids 14 and younger get a knit ski cap thanks to Highmark. Come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street and stay after the game. Kids can run the bases. Presented by Kennywood. For tickets, go to pirates.com. A neat looking ski cap to all the kids 14 and under this Sunday. McCutchen has walked, struck out, singled, and scored. And this is hit hard to right field. Toward the wall. Off the top of the Clemente wall. For a double. How about that?
That close. Like that hit off the Highmark sign.
A double for McCutchen. Polanco homered a line drive over the right field wall in the first. Walker a high towering drive in the third over the Clemente wall, and that close to an opposite field home run.
Oh, if he had only wore number 20. Was actually above the blue sign, off that chain link fence, up underneath, just underneath the railing that had the yellow home run paint on it. A foot away.
.36 doubles for Andrew McCutchen on the season. He's in the top 10.
Yep. Can we hold it right there for a minute? I never get to draw. Right around there. Okay. Beautiful portrait.
Popped up. Shortstop out. Bogarts will make the catch. Head to the 7th. Pirates leading by 8. In line to win his 6th game as he goes 6 innings, Steve, what do you think? He battled through some command issues, right?
Yeah, he was not on top of his game. He walked 5 in 6 innings. But offense certainly helped, but he got outs when he needed to. So that's what good pitchers do. You're not going to dominate every night, and he found a way with the help of 2 nicely timed double plays and an interesting call in the first inning. I think those are the probably keys for Francisco. But he's not the only one that has departed. Mr. McCutchen is gone. Travis Snyder takes over in left because Mr. Marte is now in center. Justin Wilson on to work here in the 7th at the bottom of the 3rd of the Boston batting order.
Looks like they're looking for a couple of innings out of Wilson because they double switch him. They put him in the 3rd spot, and Snyder hitting 9th. Andrew McCutchen with 2 hits, on base 3 times.
Boy, how about this note from Zach Liriano? Swinging strikes tonight, a total of 4. 4. A couple of changeups, a couple of sliders. Thanks, Zach. That's
well off his pace.
Yeah. And he manages to win a baseball game, or should. It is so right. How many times has he pitched his heart out and come away with a loss or a no decision? Now he's not on his game, but fights his way through 6 innings. And that's what good major league pitchers do when they're not on top of their game.
And now Usne Castillo hits one to Marte in center. Would like to thank our man Zach, our stage manager, all year long.
It was,
of course, we've still got some games to do.
Kind of the hit of the party.
Is this it
night.
for you, Zach? Or are you going to be around for the next few games?
3 more years? 3-year contract.
No, he's 3 more games.
Oh, okay.
He's off Saturday. But he'll be here tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday.
Thanks, man. Done a great job. You really have.
And then we'll thank him again tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday.
No, speak for yourself.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
Two on Vasquez. Taking the game in. Various locations throughout the ballpark. Just above the Shark Tank, the Pirates bullpen.
What do all our out-of-town visitors say? There's not a bad seat or bad location in the house.
Red Sox fans agree.
Reluctantly.
Well, maybe he wouldn't want to see what's going on right now. 9-1.
Well, the Red Sox have certainly seen too much of that this year.
And a base hit for Vasquez. Let's head back to the studio for Game Break with Rob King. Thank you, Rob. We'll be watching that game the rest of the night. And we'll check in with that Atlanta game. The Braves lead the Washington Nationals 3-1. They're in the bottom of the 7th. And that's clinched the National League East by beating the Braves last night. Braves have lost 5 in a row. And they have fallen 5.5 back of the Pirates. That second wild card spot. Remember what's coming up. The Brewers come into PNC Park to take on the Pirates for 3. And then the Buccos will go to Atlanta for a 4-game series starting on Monday.
Be interesting to see the comparative importance of that.
Nissan Road ahead. Brandon Workman will get the call for Boston against Garrett Cole tomorrow night. For the finale of this interleague series. Garrett Cole there chatting with Charlie Morton. After the Cardinals and Brewers finish up their series in St. Louis tomorrow night, the Cardinals will host the Reds. And then St. Louis goes to Chicago, Wrigley Field for 3 against the Cubs. And they finish up the regular season in Phoenix against the Diamondbacks, who lost earlier today to the Giants, as Daniel Nava takes one off the foot. The way he is reacting to this, he is in significant pain.
Greg, everybody knows the story of the Red Sox from worst to first, and now worst. Just looking at the American League West with the Angels, who last year the Angels were 78 and 84. Now they have the best record in baseball, 94 wins, substantially the best record in Major League Baseball. So these teams are just going all over the place from year to year. Such a disappointing thing to win the World Series and then struggle, not just average, but really struggle.
Well, it is very rare for a World Series champion to come back and finish last the following year. We already mentioned the last time it happened, the '97 Marlins winning the World Series and then falling on hard times in 1998. In 1914, the Philadelphia Athletics went to the World Series against the Boston Braves. They had gone 99, 53, and 6 to go to the World Series, but they lost in the World Series. And talk about falling on hard times. Not only would they finish in last place the next year, the Philadelphia A's would go 43 and 109 the following year, and they'd finish in last place 7 straight seasons after going to the World Series in 1914 against the Boston Braves. Braves won that series. This is a rematch of the first World Series ever. These two franchises. Yes.
There it is. That says it all.
Good call, Gunner. Get well, take, he said.
Yep. There's good news about a ball game, and then there's good news about Kent Tekulve. Better.
Yeah.
Much better news.
Mm-hmm. 2-2 on Nava. Third regular season trip for the Red Sox into Pittsburgh. They were here for the first time ever in 2003, and then again 3 years ago, 2011. All out of play. The Pirates 4-3 against the Red Sox here. They also played an interleague series at Fenway back in 2002. The first ever World Series between the Boston Americans and the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1903.
Two trips to Boston overall in the interleague stuff. Two. We're going on one of them.
3-2. Red Sox Nation suffering with their Sox this year. John Lester was traded. John Lackey dealt. Shane Victorino is out. Dustin Pedroia is out for the rest of the year. David Ortiz, of course, normally the designated hitter, just returned from that family emergency and is expected to start tomorrow night at first base against the righty Garrett Cole.
9-5. To get his win total up to double figures.
Still 3-2 on Nava. And he base hit to left, a long at bat. These Red Sox lead the major leagues in pitches seen per plate appearance. And Nava, a great example of that in that at bat. So Lester, Jake Peavy was dealt earlier in the year to San Francisco. Felix Doubront was traded at the deadline to the Chicago Cubs. They are talking like they could re-sign Lester over the winter. We'll see. It's a different looking Red Sox team than the one that won the World Series, that's for sure.
Peavy doing a good job for the Giants.
Yeah.
And he has kind of resurrected his career. He'd fallen on some hard times, but he's doing much better.
Mookie Betts takes the ball. Betts has singled, walked, and fly to right. Wilson got the first out. Rusney Castillo, but gave up the base hit to Christian Vasquez and to Daniel Nava. This will be the 20th pitch of this inning. And the bullpen is up again for the Pirates. Looking as though they were hoping to get a couple of innings out of Justin Wilson with that double switch. But with all these pitches, they've got Jared Hughes and Bobby Laframboise loosening.
And they don't seem to be wasting a lot of time.
Still 0-2 on Betts.
Well, it seems like when you're in these kind of dogfights in the month of September and you're fighting for wild card or division, you very seldom get these kind of blowout games, and you don't want to fool around with them. Put them away. Put the lid on them.
Still 0-2 on Mookie Betts.
Trying to put the lid on this at bat.
He'd like to finish off Betts and not have to have Clint Hurdle go to the bullpen to either Hughes or Laframboise. But if need be, the Strawberry is ready out in the bullpen.
You mean, of course, the raspberry, don't you?
What?
Laframboise?
The Strawberry. I told him that story. That, you know, that if you look way back history in France, the strawberry pickers, the Laframboises, back in the northern part of France. But as years went on, they just called any fruit Laframboise or raspberry, whatever it would be. In this case, the raspberry. That's what it's turned out to be. And we'll stick with strawberry.
All right, I'll run with you.
Thank you.
Got it. Strawberry it is.
Justin Wilson, the second out. It brings up Xavier Bogaerts. He is 0 for 3, but has picked up an RBI. Xander Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts at the plate. Two on Bogaerts, riding a 9-game hitting streak. Off of Martin's mitt, back to the backstop. Goes a wild pitch, putting runners at second and third.
Yeah, Justin Wilson kind of all over the place here. Catches a flyer.
I imagine Clint Hurdle will get Russell Martin maybe one more at bat and get him out the rest of the ball game. He is due up first in the bottom of the 7th inning. Andrew McCutchen gone for the rest of the night. Sanchez is out there catching one of the pitchers. Imagine that Herbie Andrade would be the other catcher out there in the bullpen. Pirates bullpen catcher. Here's Tony Sanchez.
Herbie. Yep. No hiding from our cameras. Got you covered.
To right. Polanco puts it away. 7th inning stretch time. Buck goes comfortably in front, 9-1. We're going to keep it right here as the Pirates lead the Boston Red Sox 9-1. That score in St. Louis still 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep you posted and enjoy. Take me out to the ball game here at PNC Park.
And join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
And the Pirates, boy, they've gotten well, haven't they? They have won 9 of their last 11 ball games. The offense has taken off. The pitching has straightened out. The bullpen. Russell Martin. 1 for 3. One of a dozen hits.
We still got to be averaging somewhere around 10 hits or more per game in the month of September. Got to be in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Two and 1 on Russell Martin.
That's become kind of a signature move for Russell across home plate to finish his swings. Got that protective device on his thumb. Easy to get a thumb bruise, bone bruise. Fouled off. Shock absorber.
Three-one count. Matt Barnes' second inning of work. Martin's average at .297. Jose Tabata getting ready. So he's going to be called upon here before too long. Ground ball to short. Bogarts. One down in the bottom of the 7th. Check out our AT&T fan photos of the night on Clemente Day in Major League Baseball. Folks gathered around the Clemente statue. Nice picture there.
Good stuff.
Autograph.
There it is.
Photo of Roberto Clemente.
I've got one of those home. I got one Clemente autograph picture and a head full of memories.
Did you actually have one signed, a picture?
Yeah. I mean, small one. Yeah. Postcard size, but
yeah. Is this, you'd asked him for it, or?
I got it. Yeah, I found
it. Personalized or anything?
Yeah. No, it's not personalized. It's just a standard signature, but it's the signature.
Nice stop at third, but the wide throw by Cecchini. It should be an infield hit for Marte.
Shot down the third baseline and ruled a hit, and it should be. That puts all 9 positions in the batting order on the hit parade. We've filled our cards like a bingo card. Great stop.
Stewart has his catching gear on, so he might be coming on. We'll see if that is it for Martin. You think it'd be a good time to get him a couple of innings off?
Yes.
Big night for Ike Davis. Looks like he is gathering his gear and he's going to be heading into the clubhouse. Well done by Russell Martin.
You wonder if there might be some more change. You wonder. Neil Walker has been out there a good bit. Josh Harrison's been out there a good bit, but really want to get Josh an opportunity to get another knock.
Double play, turn 4-6-3. Into the 8th. 9-1 Pirates.
property of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
9-1 Pittsburgh go to the ninth here at PNC Park. Josh Harrison has moved from third to second. Looks like Clint Hurdle going to get Jay one more at bat. Brent Morrell at third base. Chris Stewart behind the plate. John Axford on the mound. Axford's numbers since joining the Pirates from Cleveland. Appearance, a 2.08 ERA for John Axford. He has struck out 10, as you see, walked 4. And that earned run average of 2.08 for the veteran John Axford, one-time Brewers closer.
That certainly has worked out a lot better than the Friere move.
Stint for Genie, facing John Axford with the Red Sox down 8. Still nothing in St. Louis. The Brewers and the Cardinals. Adam Wainwright against Mike Fiers, who has not allowed a hit through 5 innings. Brewers right-hander Mike Fiers no hitting the Cardinals through 5. Ouch. Hit by the pitch.
Right on top of the foot. I never did that once ever, but I've seen guys really get hurt. Really get hurt. There's no protection on the top of the foot. Unless you got one of those shin guards that strap on.
Oh, Ryan Lavarnway bats for the pitcher. Barnes. John Axford been used in different situations, later innings at times, but again, a former closer. Had 10 saves with the Indians before arriving off waivers. And not to suggest that it is Axford that has himself changed the bullpen, and maybe it's just coincidental, but it does seem that the bullpen, since Axford was acquired, settled down and changed. And you mentioned that the Friere experiment certainly didn't work out, and maybe Axford's arrival coincided with Hughes's importance and the fact that he started being used in higher pressure situations. But if you look at the numbers, it is clear that since Axford's arrival, look at this. Bullpen ERA was 3.51 when he came on board. Since then, 2.14.
And you never know if it's coincidence
Right.
or whether they just got their act together.
Right. Maybe just a little veteran presence to settle things down. Whatever. That's quite a contrast. And the bullpen appears to be getting better and better.
Awkward swing at an Axford delivery for the first out here in the 8th inning.
Excellent clubhouse presence, the veteran John Axford. And Swirly now part of the bullpen. Decision made to start Charlie Morton last night. So for now, Worley is in the pen.
Good breaking ball by John. So officially, the Pirates have not named a starter for the Sunday game against the Brewers.
Not yet, but just a matter of whether Morton felt.
To see.
We asked Clint Hurdle about it. He's just checking to see if Morton's okay to go, basically.
Could be his day, and after his outing last night.
Craig has walked, flied out, and bounced into a double play. Strike 3 called. After he hit the leadoff man, he strikes out the next 2. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. To left. Snyder back. Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, nice turn.
Travis Snyder is back and gets it. 9-1 Pittsburgh. having some fun tonight at PNC Park. 9-1, going to the bottom of the 8th inning. 34,785 for Game 2 of the 3-game series. Remember, tickets available for tomorrow night's game. Garrett Cole on the hill, making his final regular season appearance. Go to Pirates.com for tickets, and then the Brewers are in. Don't see a Maine sweater too often, do you, Steve?
No. Good New England recognition part of
Adam Elmore,
Red
our
Sox Nation.
producer, big fan.
Black Bear fan.
Big fan.
Heath Hembry, come from the Giants.
I don't think he's from Maine, but Adam Elmore is.
Yes, he is. Yep. And a proud Maynard, or whatever they call those guys. Is it Maynard?
What is it?
Maniac? No, it's not a maniac. No, you don't call people from Maine maniacs. Come on.
Come on. He says, yes, you do. Now, come on. Yes, you do. That's a maniac.
Well, I'm not calling Adam a maniac.
Barmes, a couple of hits tonight. Popped up. Out of play. Colorado Rockies, talked about the 3-hit day for Justin Morneau, pounded the Dodgers. Atlanta a winner, so the Pirates can and should, unless disaster strikes, maintain their 5.5 game lead on the Braves in the wild card chase. Still 0-0. Brewers Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th in St. Louis.
Still working on that no-hitter.
Mike Fiers is still working on that no-hitter with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. I guess he bounced back just fine after the appearance against the Marlins. There's a base hit for Barmes, his 3rd hit of the night. Clint Barmes, 3 for 4.
That's some nice glove work.
Third 3-hit game of the season for Clint Barmes, who is making back-to-back starts for the first time since May 29th and 30th. And Snyder's first at bat is a pop up the shallow left. Shortstop out, and Bogaerts decides to jump in the air for some reason. I have no idea what he was doing there. What was that, Steve?
I don't know what that was.
That was
been watching Soriano too much.
What is he doing
He's
here?
right there. He's right there. And up.
I really do think he's figuring he may be able to get on the highlight shows. But he needed to go down to the ground. You see, he didn't. Whoa.
Thought there was a hill there. He might still make the highlight show in a different category.
And Josh Harrison, a base hit the other way. He's going to get himself a double. Jay Hayes' second hit, a double to right field. Harrison. It's his 36th double of the season.
Watch out, Morneau. Takes that outside pitch and hits it. Proper direction. Not trying to pull it. It's a right field corner. Josh Harrison, ladies and gentlemen.
15th hit for the Pirates. Harrison 2 for 5.
Come on, give me the average. Want me to check my computer?
Adam Wainwright singled to break up the no-hitter by Mike Fiers with 2 outs in the 6th. I decided to check my computer there, Steve, for that one.
That's all right.
You don't mind if I use the computer to check this stuff out? Harrison's hitting .318 now, by the way. He's 2 for 5.
I owe Adam an apology. He's a maniac.
Yeah, that's what they call.
What do they call people from Massachusetts?
I don't know. What would you guess?
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Minutemen?
Minutemen, maybe.
I don't know. I know Connecticut are nutmeggers.
No, come on.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Sure.
I'm not going to call you a nutmegger.
Well, you can call me a Connecticutian then.
All right. Bay Stater.
Bay State, yeah.
What's a New Hampshireite? He's a New Hampshireite, right? Is he New Hampshire, Tim?
Yes, yes.
Oh, he's a New Hampshireite.
Zach, you're on the clock. Come on, let's go. New Hampshire.
So with 2 hits tonight, Josh Harrison has his average up to .318. Now chasing Morneau and to McCutcheon before departing. And himself a couple of hits. "15 hits for the Pirates.
And counting. It all started with this guy in the bottom of the first inning with the rocket to right. Not a ticket to ride, rocket to right.
Wow. Polanco.
I didn't see the right arm go up.
Apparently it did. Andy Fletcher. A little delayed 3rd strike call.
Oh, okay. Yep, decided to do that thing.
Our buddy doesn't must have retired. Guy that would crouch over and slowly stand up. He was involved in the Pine Tar game. Tim McClellan. Or did he have surgery over the winter?
I know who you mean. I can't come up with a name.
Chris Stewart. Bogarts
No, it wasn't
stays
Stewart.
on the
He's
ground.
not the umpire.
No.
Tim McClellan?
Yeah. Wow. You're something. You're a nutmegger. clubhouse. We'll get game reaction from the team, Clint Hurdle's post-game comments, and our Root Sports analysts will be on hand. Pirates post-game presented by Allegheny Health Network. Coming up after the game here on Root Sports, Steve will be joining Rob King.
Who's a native of Vermont. New England days.
No, he's not. He's a Cooperstown, New York native.
Well, yeah, well, everybody knows that. So we're staying with New England.
Shunmar Gomez will look for the final 3 outs here. Gomez's numbers. His 43rd appearance, 3.28 ERA for Shunmar Gomez. New career high for him, now with 43 appearances. He was involved in 34 games last year. And he's been much better second half of the season. Last 22 games for Gomez, a .230 earned run average. A laugher tonight. Pirates up 9-1. Well, some aren't really laughing.
Smiling, though. That kind of says it all there. That tough night for the Bo Sox fans.
Not to lose their 85th game of the season. Castillo to Barbas. 1 down. Rusney Castillo's big league debut. 1 for 4, an infield hit in the 4th. 1 down in the 9th. Liriano will go to 6-10. It's Christian Vasquez. Offense busting out. The Polanco homer got him going. They scored 3 in the 2nd. Clint Barmas had a big 2-run double. Josh Harrison an RBI single in that 2nd frame. And 4 more in the 5th. Starling Marte bounced out. That brought in a run on a fielder's choice. And then Ike Davis, a home run to center field, the 3-run shot. Neil Walker hit his 21st of the year. It was in the 3rd inning. 9-1 Pirates lead. Gregory Polanco's home run was his 7th of the season. Been a while for him since his last long ball, August the 10th.
It was impressive, though. He made up for the time lost.
Ike Davis, his 11th home run overall and 10th with the Pirates. 2-hit night for him. And a diving stop by Ike Davis. Oh, look at a little backhand flip.
Have yourself a night. Ike flashing it.
Cool customer.
Cool hand Ike. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, that is. That's as cool as it gets right there. Shunmar wasn't a spectator either. He got over there. Pirates an out away from winning their 10th in their last 12 and getting to 81 and 70, a new high water mark. They are either going to be, by the end of this night, once the Cardinals and Brewers are finished, it's still scoreless, They will either be within a game and a half of the Cardinals in the Central or remain 2.5 back of St. Louis, but go 2.5 up on the Brewers.
Good place to be in. That's why we keep saying,
just keep winning.
You keep winning.
The rest takes care of itself.
You can't lose any ground in this particular scenario with the matchups, and you got to gain on somebody. Good place to be. As Clint would say, we're in a good place if we win.
0-2 on Daniel Nava. Raise it again. 9-1 thumping of the reigning World Series champions.
Yeah, it's nice to have a 9th inning every once in a while without drama. Good stuff.
Usually see McCutcheon involved in the dust-off, but he got the last couple of innings off. Ike Davis, a couple of hits and the big home run to really put this game out of reach.
Yeah, a lot of pitchers, but basically a complete game. Good pitching, a lot of offense.
Remember a year ago when the Pirates won their 81st, all the hoopla?
Yeah, oh yeah, headlines.
This is just
fireworks, spectacular.
Not much of a story other than it's just another W.
That's the way you want it to be each and every year. It's just a spot along the road.
Yep, that's right.
It's road sign.
Well, this nutmegger, Blass, is going to head down and talk to that New York native.
Yeah, I'm going to Cooperstown. See ya.
Final score, Pirates with a thumping on the Boston Red Sox, 9-1. And again, Rob King standing by for more post-game reaction.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. Clint Hurdle was asked about that 81st victory. Said this is the first time it's ever been brought up, getting to that 500 mark. Of course, the Pirates taking care of that business last year. Everybody has their sights set on the playoffs. It's just a matter of where. Do they get in as a wild card? Do they possibly get in as a division champion? A lot of people thought when the Pirates were swept by the Cardinals to begin this month of September that it was going to be wild card only, that the Cardinals' lead was insurmountable. Since then, the Pirates have won 10 of 12 games, and really the good play started before that. The Pirates have won 7 of their last 8 series, including this one against Boston. They'll look for the sweep tomorrow. Let's go downstairs where Robbie and Smikowski is one of the heroes tonight. With one of the heroes, that's Neil Walker. Robbie.
Yeah, Neil Walker's done a lot of cool things this season, but first of all, the coolest thing is winning more ball games. Number 81 on the season for the Buccos in front of another 34,000-person crowd at PNC Park. What's the key to continuously winning against teams that you should be beating?
Well, we're playing well at the right time. We love playing here at home, obviously, with the fans, and nights like tonight are fun to get up and stay up and get a lot of people involved in the game, and it's a great time of year to play baseball this well.
Neil, I know you probably haven't experienced the best moment of your career, of the season, rather, and that's going to be a team accomplishment if this team gets into the playoffs and maybe wins the NL Central. But a walk-off home run on opening day, you set the Pirates record for second base with a home run. Then you hit a home run on Clemente night over the Clemente wall. What do you make all these cool moments you've had?
Yeah, it's a little eerie, but yeah, like you said, the most important thing is we're playing good baseball right now, and we're getting closer to our goal. But yeah, it's kind of a strange thing tonight with 21st home run over the Clemente wall. That's very strange. I think he'd be proud of this team, though.
What do you make of something like that, Neil, when you do that on a night like this, given the connections your father has with Roberto?
Yeah, I didn't think about it until after I came out of the game, and then I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, we get to honor Roberto Clemente every single day with the wall out in right field, but especially today, having his family in town and honoring his name throughout all of baseball, it's much deserved, and we feel proud to wear this uniform and to honor his name.
What is the key? I know you're going to give me the one game at a time nonsense like every athlete says, but to not look ahead to Friday with the Brewers coming to town, what you know is going to be a ginormous series coming in. We know when you have one more game against Boston.
Well, we understand that we control our own destiny. We control our own fate here, and we understand where we're at. We understand who's in front of us, who's behind us. And like you said, we can only control what we can control, and that's today, and that's now it's tomorrow. So we do a really good job of that, turning the page, whether today it was good or bad.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, Neil Walker, Rob, how about the job that he did tonight, hitting number 21 on 21's night over 21's wall? How about it?
Yeah, it was really neat to see from the hometown kid, Neil Walker. And, of course, the Pirates offense doing their work. Also, Francisco Liriano doing his work. Just as we promised you earlier, it's Miller Time, presented by Miller Lite. And think about Francisco Liriano's season. From May 3rd to July 23rd, his ERA was either in the 4s or the 5s. His ERA spiked again on August 19th, up to 4.18. His ERA after tonight's work is down to 3.45. He's in the top 20 in the National League now in ERA, thanks to going 6 innings, allowing just 1 earned run, 3 hits, walked 5, struck out 2. Picked up their 6th victory of the year as the Pirates win by the final score of 9-1. They've won 3 straight and 10 of their last 12. Coming up next on Pirates Postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we'll be joined by Steve Blatt for analysis of the game you saw, highlights, postgame reaction, a look around the National League. We'll get you updated on the Cardinals-Brewers score, what that will mean for the Pirates in the standings. All that and more coming up next on Pirates Postgame.